What is going on, guys? It's Kieran. Today we're going to be doing the complete guide on the Lost. Now, the Lost is a very controversial figure in the Binding of Isaac. Not because it's necessarily hard, but people think that it is the end-all be-all hardest challenge in the game, which I might not really agree with. I think Eden is a pretty good challenge since you can spawn with random items at Eden. But we're going to do a tutorial pretty much explaining the best way to go about winning at the Lost, since I know this is a character that people often struggle with. And it's not really that hard. He's actually pretty busted if you know how to use him. So first of all, you have Holy Mantle on top. You can take 1 damage per room. But if you lose that shield, you don't get it back until you finish the room. So pretty much taking 2 damage on any room will kill you. The Lost also spawns in with Flight and Spectral Tears, which are pretty nice. You also start off with pretty medium range damage and Tears. And you also start off with the Eternal D6, which you have on top, which allows you to reroll items and pretty much give you anything else, despite because some items don't help the Lost at all, like any HP ups or any items that affect you when you get hit or stuff like that are literally useless. They cannot do anything for the Lost, so you want to try to reroll those. The only bad thing is the Eternal D6, even though it has a 2-room cooldown, can cause your pedestal to disappear. And it says 25%, but it's not. I guarantee you there is a much higher percent that your item will disappear, so you are taking a risk every time you reroll it, or every time you reroll an item. But you also got to remember that a lot of these items are useless. So I shouldn't have came in here first. I should have beaten or gotten a full charge on my Eternal D6. So what are some strats for winning as the Lost? First of all, you want to try to get as much offense as possible. I feel like that is what keeps the Lost alive in the long run. So that would be like going for double deals. I cannot think of a good time unless you're going for a completion mark, where I would advise you to go angel deals when devil deals are just much better at keeping alive a Lost. Also, the Lost has no HP at all. You also get a free devil deal item every time you enter one. Now you can only pick one, but you get it for free, so you don't have to pay anything. This makes devil deals a much better choice than angel deals, and I think the items are also a bit better. Another thing we want to focus on is trying to find any kind of extra lives, like 9 lives or 1 up or something like that. Just to give us a little bit of insurance just in case we do die. Now, early levels, the Lost isn't too bad. You have a lot of tools to help you with a lot of the easier floors. Like this. Our Spectral Tears and our Flight make this room a whole lot easier. But as the game goes on, you are going to find out that if you don't find stats, if you don't find damage, if you don't find tears, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to move along. Alright, so we will take this. It is a tears up. I don't think there's another battery on the floor, and I kind of don't want to take this. It could block shots, but I think it might confuse me a little bit as to where Isaac is, so we're going to go ahead and avoid that. Alright, so floor 2. We are going to try to find a good devil deal. That is our goal for this floor. We can also reroll some of the items, and you can enter the boss trap room for free since you technically don't have any HP. Also, a lot of things that you would normally prioritize in a regular run, like soul hearts, regular hearts, stuff like that, are literally not applicable to the Lost at all since we have no HP. What we'll find in here, we don't need that. I mean, I'll go ahead and take this. I think it's better than not having it. Could drop us a few bombs and or keys along the way, which could be useful. One of the things you want to try to prioritize whenever you do play the Lost is to try to hide behind objects and or fly over rocks. There's a lot of enemies that cannot hit you. For example, if you hide here, you can shoot past it, but nothing can really go and touch you. And I think most shots are blocked off as well. So if you do find rocks and stuff in a room, you can go ahead and use that to your advantage. You also want to try not to panic. Many people, for example, if they're like 1 health in a room, they'll start to panic and they'll start moving around trying to avoid damage and end up getting hit because they're trying to avoid damage. But you don't gotta do all that. You gotta be careful, watch your character completely, and just try to focus on not getting hit. I'm gonna go ahead and reroll the boss item here. We get shot speed. We might come back for that. I'm going to wait to see if we can find a card to reroll. Or a card to get out of that room. My bad. Having a card will allow us to exit the room without having to take the actual fight. But we also want a full charge for the Devil Deal, just in case there is an item that we don't want in there. We can go ahead and reroll that. Hopefully not lose it. So yeah, Eternal D6 has a 20, I think it's 25%. I'll go ahead and fact check that real quick. 25% chance to get rid of the item that we are rerolling. Now it's gonna feel like 50. If you have not used this item, I guarantee you it's not 25%. Feels like about 50, but you know, that's what the creators say it is. So we're gonna go ahead and go with that. Now double deals are gonna be a huge part of any run with the Lost, so we're gonna try to have a full charge on the Eternal D6. You also don't want to get rid of the D6, I don't think, unless you find something like super useful, like the Book of Shadows, or something that could shield you from possible run-ending damage. Things like Empty Vessel would be good. Book of Shadows. You can even take Damocles, since it's impossible for you to take damage either way. We're gonna wait to see if we can reroll that. Alright, I am gonna take Asimane here. Would help us and get rid of some rooms a little bit quicker, and we also get some movement speed, which is much needed. I'm debating whether I want to go get Speedball or not. We are going to have to fight a boss, or two sets of bosses if we do. But do we need it, or do we reroll? Our shot speed is pretty good and our movement is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and reroll this, and we will take this. This is damage, which is much better than Speedball. We didn't really need the speed too much. I think we're at a pretty good speed right now, even though we did get a little bit. And we also got damage, which I think is one of the most important stats when you're playing the Lost. I'm gonna bomb this just to make it a little bit quicker. We only have one bomb, which might not have been the best idea to bomb that, but I wanna not take that risk. Cool. We gotta damage it. We got speed. We got tears on the last floor, so we're looking pretty good. Not too bad. See if we can go to the next floor and get an even better Devil Deal on the next floor. We are going to be wanting to go into curse rooms. You can go in and out as long as you don't take damage inside the room. So we are going to be trying to find 9 lives or anything that can give us a kind of insurance. Okay, Caves 1, we didn't get a curse luckily, so can be happy for that. Curse of the Blinds hit especially hard on the Lost because there are some items you definitely don't want to take. You do gotta be careful whenever you're getting blind items at the Lost. They could end your run. And that extra damage up we got on the next floor is feeling pretty good though. Makes these rooms a lot easier, especially when you have tanky enemies like this that are just kind of here to waste your time. We do get a golden key, which is pretty good. We also have flight, so we can pick everything up here for free. We already found the boss, but I think we're going to look for our item rooms beforehand just to see if we can get a little bit more benefit. Actually, on second thought, I think we're going to get the boss now since we do have a full charge on the Eternal D6. I wouldn't want to waste or go through all these rooms and get charges that we could have been using on this. So unfortunately, we do have a tanky boss here, which I think would have struggled with if we didn't find our growth hormone. So luckily the damage is helping out quite a lot. Now the cool thing about Spectral Tears and stuff like that and Flight is that we can kind of keep our distance from these enemies. We don't have to get too close to them. It will higher the chances of us getting hit, so we have enough range and enough DPS to kind of stay far away. We get another damage up, which is fantastic. Now we also get Perfection, which will give us 10 luck. But since we can't get hit, we're going to keep this luck forever. So it's a fantastic trinket to have, if you don't have anything else, that is. Now what does luck do exactly? No idea. And I think some of the devs are even like unsure of what exactly it does, but apparently it helps you, so we're gonna go ahead and gamble that and take it. I'm gonna bomb this chest over here just in case we can find an item in here. Which we don't, but we do get full mapping for the next floor. finding like a rock bottom or a just pretty much anything that can give us damage would be fantastic here. Death certificate would also be great. We can get 9 lives and pretty much not worry about dying. And if you do get death certificate and you're playing at the lost 9 lives, it's definitely one of the items that you want to go for. And we'll not be taking that pill. Just trying to find our shop. We do have 30 cents. We could possibly get a decent item here. We don't. Pick this up. Temperance machine. Yeah, we don't need any of this. I could re-roll this item. I don't think we have another battery on the floor that we can use. No. Okay. So I guess we just move on. I could have re-rolled this item in here, but but I forgot. Nice. We move on to the next floor. Not looking too bad. We do want more tiers though. All right. I'm going to use the answers here. There's no reason for us to hold on to that. We do get a vault over here, which we're going to look into. Now, red chests are pretty good because they can get us into the devil deal, but they're also pretty bad because they do have the tendency to drop bombs. And also the soul hearts they could drop will not benefit us at all. So, good or bad, depends. Any way we can get into the devil deal is for sure appreciated though. Like I said, we need that offense. We need to have these high damage. Why is that guy not opening? Interesting. Oh, now you open, huh? Fortunately, we don't get any items in here. We also want to make sure to not take damage, because if we take damage, this door is going to kill us. So those rooms are a gamble to go in. And if you feel like you're not really that confident in your gameplay, then maybe you want to avoid going into curse rooms at all. But they can offer some benefit to you if they have an item. And especially when you can get, like I said, 9 lives and stuff like that in that room. Could definitely be worse. Luckily with the answers runes, we know exactly where we're going. We also have not taken damage this run, which is fantastic. I'm going to see if we can find a card to teleport out. That way we don't have to fight the bosses in there. But I think I am going to end up taking Glass Eye for the damage. And we have a lot of money for some reason. We do have a lot of economy, which we can use to hopefully get us something. I might buy a card or an item, depending. The card will really benefit us because we can actually make a... we can dip from the room if we do end up taking that boss item. We also get another tears up and we get the clear rune. Okay, I'm going to pick this up to see what rune it gives us. Gives us a familiar. Hopefully it's not a bumbo. We will take that. But I am going to reroll this item right here to see if we can get something like rock bottom. And that is not rock bottom. So we're not going to be taking that. But I might reroll that again. Or I might save it for the devil deal. I'm still unsure. See if we can find a full charge here in the shop for us. Okay, we do not want Tiny Planet. And we get a greed fight. Okay, so we have a lot of money. We don't have anything to spend it on, fortunately. But we do get another reroll here for the secret room. Hopefully we can find something a bit better than shackles. Okay, not exactly what we're looking for. So you usually get about 1 to 3 rerolls before the item disappears. And that's if you're lucky. Because sometimes it won't. It'll disappear on the first one. But hey, 25% apparently. I'm gonna use bombs here to expedite the killing of this boss just a little bit quicker. I don't want to risk taking damage when we don't have to. Right. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll this, I think. And I mean, I'll take it. It's free. It is a free item that I'm not paying for at all, so I guess I'll take it. But I'm not probably not gonna go into the angel rooms at all. One thing we could do is if we were to find the hourglass, we could go into one of them, see if we want something or not, and then just go back and go into the opposite room if we do decide that we don't want what's in there. I don't think we're gonna get a reroll also. No, actually, yeah, we might be able to get a reroll. We can actually do the boss trap room over here. It's kind of a lot for damage, but I think damage is important. This is a risk that I'm willing to take to give us that damage that we need. Now, there's going to be 2 bosses in here, so we don't want to take damage to this guy if we can help it. I don't know what type of boss we could get next. It's going to be something from this lore, but it's the same guy. He came back for round 2, huh? We do have spider sack, so we're not going to be taking damage from these spiders, luckily. I'm pretty sure that one would have hit us. We also got a little Haunt doing some work up there on the top. Nice. Cool, it's not bad. We also got another reroll. I'm going to go ahead and use that on the secret room. Could use it on the boss room, but... okay. Some of the worst items we could have gotten. Could be here. Okay. I'm too lazy to look for it. Yeah. Also, sorry if I'm being a bit quiet. I know people are, I'm recording this at 6 in the morning. People are sleeping in my house. I'm going to try to keep it a bit down. Now, can they hear me from my room? Nah, not really. But I don't want to take any risk. I feel bad. So we do have another curse room here. And we are still looking for any kind of extra life. Metronome isn't too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and eat that out the way. We also have the mark here, which is awesome damage. We don't get the soul heart, unfortunately, but like I said, any damage up will do, so we will take that. Now we're gonna try to find the shop. Now I haven't seen Keeper Sack in a while. I haven't seen things of that nature, so we are gonna be hoping for something like that. I legit have not seen it in forever, and I had a run a few nights ago where I re-rolled a bunch of items in the shop and I just never saw it. So I'm gonna hope that it's due here. Keeper Sack is fantastic, especially when you have this much money. We could get another greed fight. We probably will. So let's hope that we don't get it on this floor. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the boss now. For the same reason, try to use our full charges, not waste any of them. That way, whenever we do clear the other rooms, we can use those full charges for the treasure room or for the shop or wherever else we want to use it. Little Haunt is doing work up there. I'm taking care of the little guy, then he's taking care of the big dude. Get more damage, which is awesome. Okay, these double deals are not it, so we are gonna re-roll these. Hopefully find something a little bit better. Yeah, we'll take Maw of the Void. Maw of the Void's great. A little something to keep us safe. We are gonna be able to clear some of the rooms like this a little bit faster. Starter deck. I'm gonna grab it and use it. I mean, we're gonna buy the item anyway. Roll that BFF. I'm gonna take it for Lil Haunt, because Lil Haunt is gonna do some damage for the enemies. If we were to get something like Gnawed Leaf, we could just stand there and not do anything, and Lil Haunt will take care of the enemies for us, even though it might take a while. But we are still trying to find our treasure room here. I mean, our... no, actually, that's it. What am I looking for? Already found our treasure room. We also don't have any more items to reroll, so I think we're gonna go ahead and move on. I don't remember if I picked up the boss item. Did I? Yeah, I did. It was the nine tails. Okay, cool. Ready to go. So as you can see, these runs are a bit quicker than usual. Like I said, the Lost can really spiral out of control if you know how to use them properly, if you know kind of how to play to the strengths of the Lost. There's some people that even only play the Lost exclusively because of how strong it is. I think I prefer Eden myself, but I can see where they're coming from. We also have a lot of money that I don't know if we're going to get to use, unfortunately. The shops have not been providing. Azumane is doing work there for us. But right now we're trying to get to boss rush. We have about 2 minutes. Should be in one of these smaller rooms. I hopefully didn't miss it. Why are we getting nothing but red chests? I thought I had the left hand for a bit. Look how many red chests we're getting. Still looking for our tinted skull. Yeah. That's the Eternal D6 for you. Okay. So I might take Pandora's box. It will give us two boss items in the next floor. Kind of sucks to lose out on the Eternal D6, but I mean, we don't have a lot of pedestals left, to be honest. So I think it would be fine to go ahead and eat it. I'm gonna try to kill Mom as fast as possible here. We have about a minute. Should be enough time. Now Azumane is also doing a lot of work for us. Nice. I'm gonna take the damage, and I'm gonna check the boss rush here. Yeah, we definitely want to take Ghost Pepper. We could have rerolled those items. I think that's a fantastic item to take. And yeah, so I think that's about it for our depth 2. We pretty much speed ran on this floor. I'm gonna go ahead and take this to get our boss items on the next floor. I'm gonna take some keys. I wish there was a way I could re-roll this, or the items in this room, without re-rolling the Pandora's box, but we would end up losing it if I did that, so I'm just not gonna do that. And I don't think there's another active item on the floor that we can trade it out with, unfortunately. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. These bombs over here, all these good stuffs. More bombs over here. Secret room could be here. I don't think I found it. Okay, I'm too lazy to look for it, so let's go ahead and move on. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use Pandora's box here. Give us a damage up. We can't re-roll this, unfortunately, but I think the Eternal D6 did enough for us already. So I think we should be okay. I'm going to grab the depth card, or death card, just to get rid of some of these annoying rooms. Fortunately, we got one of the few rooms where we couldn't immediately yeet everybody in the room, but I guess it did help out. We can also have the full card, just in case. Like I said in the beginning, teleportation cards are some of the biggest things that can help you out in the Lost runs. Because if you find a room that you don't like, if you find a dead end that you don't like, if you take damage in a room and don't think you're going to survive long enough to beat the room, you can just teleport out and restart. You will get another Holy Mantle whenever you exit the room, so it could be used like that. I don't know how those guys blew up there. We did find the boss, so we are going to be able to beat the floor a little bit quicker. I'm going to go to Devil Deals. There's a better chance of finding absolutely nothing, and I'm going to go ahead and move on. Okay, so the Devil Deals have not been devil dealing. See if we can get a payout from this judgment here. Unfortunately, we don't get a chance to use any HP upgrades, so hopefully that's not what he gives us. Right now we want mapping. Something like treasure map. The secret room map would also be good. Or that, not too bad. We can take pills now, thanks to Luckfoot. It guarantees that the pills that we get are not going to be negative. They could be neutral, but not negative. So we could find ourselves with a Tears Up or something along those lines. Another item we cannot take. That's fine. I feel like I've seen that item a million times. Okay, look. This room is easy, but I'm going to go ahead and use the full card now to show you how you can escape rooms like that. You see we get our Holy Mantle back at the top. Now this guy wants to come out. And like I said, you can have on top of these rocks here. Makes it a whole lot easier. Some of the AI will like glitch out sometimes if they don't know where you are. But You can just play around it. Spawning with flight does have its benefits. Once we open these sacks, we're not going to take any damage thanks to spider sacks, so these spiders actually cannot hurt us. But Maw of the Void would have disposed of them rather quickly, either way. Maw of the Void is a really good grab for the Lost, because you kind of have the like surrounding defense. And it's not going to stop any like shots or anything like that, but like whenever you do use Maw of the Void and your damage is decent, you're going to be able to just stop things from entering your like vicinity, if that makes sense. Like right now, there is no small enemy that can get close to me because of Maw of the Void. So it just makes it a whole lot easier to deal with a lot of the rooms. And honestly, those are some of the rooms where you're going to have the most trouble. Like rooms that give you a lot of small enemies that are really fast are the rooms that are going to end up killing you as the Lost. Because you can track a big boss wherever he is, but it's kind of hard to track all the little spiders. And then when you have 1 HP and you start to get nervous, it just makes it a whole lot worse. Ghost Pepper is doing the Lord's work right now. We unfortunately do not get another Devil Deal, but let's go ahead and do Hush. I think it's the first time on the channel, just to show you how strong the Lost can actually be. We have a pretty good run so far. We can go ahead and take this. We don't have any soul hearts that we can take anyway, so we can just grab it. I'm gonna bomb everything here, however. Once in a while you can find rooms in here that not rooms, what am I saying? Crawl spaces. A crawl space could even lead you to a black market, meaning you don't have to fight Hush at all, which is pretty lucky, but it does happen. I don't trust that rock. We're gonna go ahead and open all this. We do get a fill up for our box with a soul heart. Get a bit more range, which is fine. Let's go take on Hush. So luckily we do have Ghost Pepper, which is gonna do a number on Hush Jr. over here. And we do have about 13 luck, which means that Ghost Pepper is gonna proc a good amount. That's why you see so much of it right now. We have a high tears rate and we have a high luck stat. So we are gonna get a lot of Ghost Pepper. Pretty cool though. This is the first time I do Hush on the channel, I think. But Ghost Pepper, if you're trying to do these like completion marks with like Hush or Mother, Ghost Pepper is your best friend. It can nullify just a majority of the boss here, as you can tell. The only thing you do want to worry with Hush is the little waterfall thing he does later on in the fight. Those could be a problem depending on your speed or your build. Yeah, that's the main again doing the Lord's work. We are looking pretty solid so far. We're actually doing a good amount of damage to him. I don't know if some of y'all don't know this, but these are what I'm talking about. These can kill your run quick. You just gotta stay calm. But if you can dodge those things, then you're fine. Right now we do have the damage to DPS and pretty quick, so I'm not really too worried about it. And yeah, we can go ahead and move on to the next floor. But that's a keystone of what I meant. You don't want to panic whenever you get hurt in a room. Pretend like you have all the life in the world and you'll be fine. Fortunately, we did get a hit there. I was about to say, was Hush the first person to hit us? I don't think it was, actually. I think we got hit one of the earlier floors. I think. I could be wrong, but we're just gonna casually. We're going to casually pull clear. Sure. We also have, like I forgot, we also have Luckfoot, so we can take all those pills without worry of it being a negative one. An Emperor card. I was about to say an Emperor card would be fantastic because we can skip the majority of the chest, which we don't want to do. Now this run is pretty tame for a Lost run because a lot of the times this dude can kind of ball out of control depending on what items you find in the Devil Deal and all that. So, but it's not bad. It's not a bad run. We even did Hush, which is, a lot of people struggle trying to do Hush and stuff like that. I'm gonna go pick those up right now for the Alabaster box. I kind of forgot we had this, to be honest. We're only a few short. I think it's worth trying to bomb these just in case we can find any more soul hearts so we can finish off Alabaster box. I don't think we're gonna have enough soul hearts on the run to do it, but I am gonna try. So if you don't know what Alabaster box does, it's pretty much an item, an active item, that will take soul hearts that you pick up and use them as a way to fill up the box. And once you completely fill it up, it'll give you 2 Angel Deal items, I believe. And since we don't have any HP, then, you know, we can go ahead and use those soul hearts for that reason. If you were a normal character, however, whenever you picked up the soul heart to use on the box, you would not pick up the soul heart for your HP. So sometimes, for example, if you start off with the Alabaster box as Eden, you cannot pick up soul hearts until you fill up the box or you get rid of the item altogether. We're gonna have to pick here for our final item. It's pretty much the only one we can use. And we're gonna go ahead and finish off the run. So not too bad. Pretty good example of how strong the Lost can be. Just gotta be careful with what you do. You gotta also try to prioritize, like I said, Devil Deals. Unfortunately, we didn't find any extra lives here, which would have been a great thing to show. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you want me to play more of the Lost, let me know in the comments down below, and I will go ahead and do that. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.